Hello, patrons. So welcome to, I guess, the first of our monthly Q&A videos. I'm really excited about doing this today. A couple little things I wanted to start off before we get into some of the questions that you asked in last month's post and get to, how we'll be moving forward. But just wanted to let everyone know I finished my semester of school successfully. I got all A's, 1 A minus. So, a little disappointed there in that A minus, but honestly, I'm pulling off a 3.48 GPA, and I'm really happy about it, especially for grad school, because this past semester was really hard. So that was a success. I'm so excited to be done. I'm so excited to be that much closer to my ultimate goal of getting the graduate degrees. I had about 1 week off, and then I started full-time work, and I'm working with our county board of supervisors on implementing some really exciting policies. I'll talk about it in the future. I'm sure you'll hear all about it, but I'm doing work on early childhood education and also violence prevention. So it's sort of a really wide scope of activities, and it has an incredible opportunity for me to be able to do this work, to be able to work with elected officials, people who I want their job. So that's part of why it's such an exciting space for me to be in. But, so that's sort of where I've been. It's been a really busy month. It's just been so hectic, and it's been hard to really find free time the same way that I could before. So hopefully you don't notice too much of an interruption on the channel with the videos or on the Patreon with, interactions and things like that I try and bring. But if you do, it's because I'm working full-time, and I haven't done that in a while. So I'm just trying to get used to the new schedule and things. Anyway, with that said, I want to jump in. It's been an exciting month here on the Grishno YouTube channel. 1 month ago, we had our Morgan is a Shark video, which was sort of a date night Morgan and I went on. It was pretty fun. I got the changes video, which is me. I don't know, I really like this one. Just sort of contemplative, hanging out in one of my favorite spots on campus and talking about how things are going to be changing. And it's cool now because things have kind of changed a little bit. I also got to visit Ashley, my good friend who I used to do vlogs with way back in the day in the hospital as she went through her gender confirmation surgery. And that was a real blessing to be able to see her get that after so many years. Just really excited about that. And then lastly, last week I made that video about being interviewed for the New Now Next article about monetization on YouTube and how their new policies are impacting the trans community, and sort of spoke a little bit about why I demonetized my YouTube channel and about the importance of my Patreon page in keeping the videos coming and in keeping the channel sustainable for me. So I just want to thank you for your support. So it's been a really exciting month on the channel. I thought we had a couple really interesting videos, whether it was contemplative, sort of longer form videos, or just catching up with old friends and seeing milestones happen. I was really pleased with how everything happened. So let's get into the Q&A, because this is why you're here. I know this is why you're here. This is why I'm here. So Jean Thorne, here's my big question. Yeah, right. This is a direct quote. How long since you saw some live music, and what was it? This was a good question. I had to think about this a little bit. There were 2 concerts that came to mind, and I can't remember exactly what the order was. There was one I went to go see Lorde, the young female musician, sort of a pop artist. She made it really big on the international scene for a little while. Morgan got me surprise tickets because she had a concert in the Bay Area on my birthday, and so that was, she didn't tell me where we were going. She's just like, just follow me and we'll go. and we're getting closer, and I'm seeing all these people, and I'm like, what is happening? Where are we going? And I see this big banner that says Lord, and I was like, no, you didn't. Oh my gosh. So that was exciting. It was a fun surprise. It was a great concert. The other one that I picked that I just really enjoy and is probably one of my favorite bands of all time would be Other Lives. It's a much smaller indie band, sort of folk rock, but not folk. I don't know. It's really hard to describe their kind of music, but I like it a lot. I heard somebody once describe it as a blanket of sound that you just wrap yourself in, and that feels so appropriate for the type of music that they do. So I met them. I went to a couple very intimate concerts of theirs in Brooklyn, where honestly there'd be like 25 people in the basement of a bar, and you could just hang out with the band afterwards. So it was really cool to see them get some attention on NPR. Nationally, they did a West Coast tour, and that's when I got to see them. And I didn't get to hang out with them the same way that I did in New York. But that's because they're getting bigger, and that's exciting for them. And it was really cool to see all the people there to see them. We got like the dinner tickets, so we got to sit at a table and be served dinner and drinks and stuff and watch from a balcony as they performed. It was fantastic. It was a real wonderful experience. So thanks for asking that question. Let's see. Do you ever... This one's from, and I really apologize, Crystal. Okay. Yeah, it's just spelled like, I guess, Russian, I guess. I'm not sure. Crystal Johns. Do you ever do videos of you and Morgan doing music and maybe cats dancing in the background? Honestly, I haven't. Morgan's pretty shy about doing videos, but I have been very fortunate recently that I've been able to get her to participate in a couple, and even she's requested to be in a couple, so that's been really cool. I like doing music. It's been a while since I've done a music style video because it doesn't seem like people really respond to it on the channel. It's the same way that I sort of pushed all of my gaming content onto a second channel, and I pushed my rock climbing content onto another channel. If I were to have a fourth channel, it would probably be for my music stuff. Just because it seems like people come to my Grishno channel for one thing, and it doesn't seem to be music, even though I think it's fun. I think it's fun to do. That being said, Morgan and I have made music together. And if you go to the MySpace page, which I think you can find the link from my YouTube channel, it's like right up top. But if you go there to the MySpace page, you can find some of the songs that I recorded for an album I did a while ago. And Morgan is the backup vocals on a couple of those tracks, and she nails it. She nails it. It was really cool. And I listened to them recently and just had so much fun. So I hope maybe you'll check it out, and you know, maybe you won't. We'll see. Mandy asks, when is the right time to quit? And this is probably the hardest question I got. Boy, I mean, when is the right time to quit? I think it depends, honestly. I mean, but that's the thing. Like, the right answer is always that it depends. When is the right time to quit? If it's a job, I always hesitate to quit before I have something else lined up. Part of that is that I've experienced places of economic insecurity, and so I'm more wary of that kind of being trapped in that cycle where I don't have a job, and that makes it harder to find a job, especially being trans, where it's very likely that I'll experience discrimination in the workforce, but that I won't be able to prove that it's discrimination because I'm trans. So I think the right time to quit is when you've set yourself up to successfully quit, if that makes any sense. So if you've laid the groundwork for quitting, whatever it is, whether it's a job, whether it's an activity, whether it's something else, if you're not feeling happy with what you're doing, it's probably the right time to start thinking about quitting. And the right time to actually quit would be once you've gone through and implemented some of your planning, implemented some of your support system, made it easier for yourself. So maybe you're, for the job example, maybe you've looked at a bunch of jobs. Maybe you've gone on some interviews and things are looking really positive. Maybe you know you're about to get an offer, so that's the time to quit because you've set yourself up for success. If it's something that's more internal, like a hobby or something like that, if you're not happy with it, take a break. Don't feel like you have to quit forever in this big, grandiose gesture. But maybe take a break. I think that could be applied to a lot of different situations. So I hope that sort of gives my perspective on when the right time to quit is. This was a hard question. This was a real head scratcher. But thanks, Mandy. I really appreciate the question. And if you want any further clarification, if you want to talk about it, let me know. Just send me a message. I'd be happy to reach out. The last one, this one again comes from Crystal Johns. And this one I thought was important, which is why there are 2 questions here from the same person. Is the transition process achievable without a support system in place? Yeah, it is, but it's going to be a lot harder. I can expand on that a little bit. It's always possible to do anything, really. And maybe that's just, my like young person brain thinking. Maybe that's my millennial mind thinking that, I can do anything. I can do anything. But I really do think it is possible to do anything that you set your mind to. And so if that's something that you really set your mind to, you can do it without a support system. That being said, it's going to be hard. And you have to make that support system. So, I can give an example from my own life because my family really didn't support my transition. And I ended up very quickly, because of the lack of support that I was getting, both from my family and from the community and from some friends when I lived in Utah, I ended up very quickly moving to New York City because I needed to get the fuck out of Utah. And I didn't really know anyone there. I didn't have that system of support, but I had to continue transitioning because you can do anything that you set your mind to, and I had set my mind to this. But I made my system of support. I met friends who supported me, who talked to me. I don't think anyone's truly ever alone. No man is an island. And so I don't think that you have to transition without a system of support, because you can build your own. You can find friends who support you. You can go online and find a community there. I did that. I helped create one of the largest online communities for trans people in the world. And that was in my quest to find a support system. So it's possible to find a support system no matter where you are. The question is whether or not you're going to seek it out. But it may not be the traditional support systems that you would think. It may not be your family. It may not be your place of employment. It may not be some of your friends who have been with you for a long time. It might end up being new people. And so just being open to those opportunities and seeing who does support you and who will support you, I think that can really help set you up for success, because the better your system of support is, the more successful you're likely to be in a lot of different regards. So I think it's possible. I think it's going to be harder, but I don't think that it's necessary. I think that anyone can find a system of support. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. But wow, we had some really cool questions last month. So what we're going to do for the coming month is just leave your comment down below on what questions you would like me to ask in next month. So this was for May, and so next month I'll answer June's questions. So leave a comment down below on the Patreon page where this is posted, and I will answer those questions next month. Keep them coming. They can be, about what concert I went to. They can be about my videos. They can be about transition. They can be about anything you want, honestly. I'm just having a lot of fun with interacting with people online, and I'm really happy that I get to do that with you. So thanks so much for watching today. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Again, leave a comment, leave some questions, and I will see you next month. I hope that you enjoyed the channel. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel, and I'll see you next time.